Hello there, lovely good evening and welcome to Camnet TV main news. Today, the 15th of July in the year 2025. Sincere apologies for bringing the news slightly late. This was due to overrunning of broadcasting. However, here are the news headlines. HH dissolves ZAMMSA audit exposed medical supply chain scandal. 6 people injured in Great East Road bus accident. MWEETWA calls for strengthened PR efforts to combat misinformation. In international news, UN reports only 35% of sustainable development goals on track ahead of 2030 deadline. Sports, Copper Queens ready to take on Nigeria, says NACHULA. Join us for these and many more stories after the break.
For immediate coverage of any breaking latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television, call numbers on your screen. Camnet television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Television, not just another channel.
Camnet TV main news live on Topstar channel 106, streaming live also on Facebook, YouTube and on the Kenstream app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smata. 6 people have been seriously injured following a road traffic accident involving a U-turn bus that occurred in the early hours of Tuesday, 15th July 2025, along the Great East Road in the Mukonka area. The accident happened at approximately 0520 hours and involved 52 passengers traveling from Lusaka to Lundazi. Zambia Police Assistant Public Relations Officer Chipo Kaitisha says the accident occurred when the driver, identified as Roderick Tembo, age 29, of Lusaka's 8 miles area, attempted to avoid a stationary broken down truck. She says in the process the bus veered off the road and landed on its left side, causing significant damage to that side of the vehicle. Among the 6 seriously injured are Fanuel Lungu, 39, who sustained a fractured right leg, Sophia Chirwa, 68, with severe back pain, Matthews Mwanza, 31, who suffered a cut on the left ear, Mary Nyirenda, 45, with a cut on the forehead, and Aswa Piri, 36, who sustained a cut on the neck. The driver, Roderick Tembo, also sustained chest pains. All 6 are receiving treatment at Mumpasha Mission Hospital and Chinyunyu Clinic.
Today, 15th July 2025, at around 0520 hours, a serious road traffic accident occurred along the Great East Road in the Mkonka area, involving a total of 52 passengers. The accident involved a U-turn bus, registration number AIE 8080, driven by Roderick Tembo, age 29, of plot number 573, 8 miles Lusaka. The bus was en route from Lusaka to Lundazi. The accident occurred when the driver attempted to avoid a stationary broken down truck. In the process, the bus went off the road and fell onto its left side, resulting in damage to that side of the vehicle. Of the 52 passengers on board, the following individuals sustained serious injuries. Fanuel Lungu, age 39, of Luangwa, sustained a fractured right leg. Sophia Chilwa, age 68, of Lundazi, complained of severe back pain. Matthews Mwanza, age 31, of Chongwe, sustained a cut on the left ear. Mary Nyirenda, age 45, of Lundazi, sustained a cut on the forehead. Aswa Piri, age 36, of Lusaka, sustained a cut on the neck. Roderick Tembo, age 29, of Lusaka, sustained chest pains. The 5 victims plus the driver are currently admitted to Mpansha Mission Hospital and Chinyunyu Clinic respectively. Additionally, 4 other passengers, 1 male and 3 females, sustained minor injuries and were treated as outpatients. The remaining 43 passengers were not injured. We are appealing to family members, relatives, or friends of the injured passengers to urgently contact or visit Mpansha Mission Hospital and Chinyunyu Clinic to check on their loved ones and assist in their care where necessary.
President Hakainde Hichilema has reaffirmed government's commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises, SMEs, describing them as a vital pillar in driving Zambia's economic growth and job creation agenda. Speaking during the official launch of Growth Investment Partners Zambia, GIPZ, in Lusaka today, President Hichilema emphasized that his administration is actively working to eliminate structural barriers that hinder SME development in order to accelerate the country's economic transformation. He said the establishment of the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development shortly after his government assumed office was a clear demonstration of his dedication to uplifting SMEs across the country. The president further noted that through the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, government has allocated resources to skills development, enabling young people to acquire practical training in areas such as carpentry, plumbing, and other trades.
The ministry, working with others, went ahead to create industrial yards, to reinforce industrial yards across the country, to be able to support SMEs as for other businesses. We also accelerated our work on the creation of emphasis, special zones that we did create special fiscal incentives in those emphases that would support directly SMEs, but also indirectly through the support of businesses that supply into the companies that operate in the emphasis. In our policy, another measure we have taken of positive discrimination in the procurement process. When this president talked about that, it became a huge debate point in our country. And we did say that we would deliberately favor suppliers of goods and services who are domiciled in this country, who do business in this country, who have a payroll in this country, which means employing people, and those people pay something to the treasury, called pay as you earn. Even though, and this is a debate point that went on, because of the incentives we gave, naturally some colleagues thought we were driving away tax revenue. Absolutely not. Even if we gave the incentives, first and foremost, it's a zero-sum situation. Without those incentives, there were no investments in those areas. So, it's a philosophical debate, which I still find strange that people debate. Even in our country, even when we go to the AU tables, SADC tables, colleagues debate a philosophical question which really is unnecessary.
Meanwhile, President Hakainde Hichilema has also dissolved the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMMSA Management Board, in an effort to restore integrity in the country. The decision follows preliminary findings of a forensic audit conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers (PwC), which revealed systemic flaws and long-standing theft of medical supplies within the sector. The president, who personally commissioned the audit, described the situation as cancerous and vowed that there would be no sacred cows in the ongoing cleanup exercise. As part of immediate reforms, government has advertised the position of Director General for ZAMMSA, seeking renewed leadership to drive institutional accountability and transparency. Meanwhile, the Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, has intensified its crackdown on illegal drug diversions, leading to the arrest and prosecution of suspects caught redirecting government medicines into private markets. To enhance efficiency and transparency, government has introduced an advanced digital stock tracking system at ZAMMSA. President Hichilema has since assured the nation that investigations into the audit findings are ongoing with full cooperation from relevant departments. This is according to a statement available to Camnet News by Chief Communications Officer at State House, Clayson Hamasaka. A pilot report on the implementation of Zambia's 2023 National Decentralization Policy has revealed significant gaps in fiscal accountability, policy coordination, and citizen participation at the local level. The assessment conducted by Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, across 10 districts shows that while progress has been made in decentralized governance with a 66% implementation rate, fiscal decentralization and policy coordination trail behind at 57% and 58% respectively. TIZ Advocacy Policy and Research Manager Bright Chizonde says key challenges identified in the report include limited capacity in financial management systems, weak coordination between national and district level actors, and inadequate public engagement mechanisms. Meanwhile, TIZ President said the findings should serve as a wake-up call for the stakeholders to refocus efforts on making decentralization real, responsive, and results-oriented.
The average performance under the decentralized governance theme was 66% as compared to 57% on fiscal decentralization and 58% in policy coordination, leading to an overall performance of 60%. Livingstone was the best overall performer with an implementation rate of 73%, followed by Katete at 72%, while Petauke and Kasama were the least performers with an implementation rate of 48% and 47% respectively. Other notes that it was notable that government has taken action to realign existing sub-national structures to the World Development Committee, as they have become a primary entry point for public participation in local level policy implementation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 National Decentralization Policy offers a strong foundation to deepen public participation and bring development decisions closer to communities. The government has taken the right first steps. What is now essential is to translate this framework into tangible outcomes. This means regular monitoring, open dialogue, and adapting where challenges arise.
Minister of Information and Media Cornelius MWEETWA has urged public relations PR practitioners to take a leading role in promoting development communication and countering misinformation. Speaking in Livingstone during the official opening of the PR practitioners training workshop, Mr. MWEETWA emphasized the need to highlight positive developments across the country, including constituency development funds, CDF projects, the appreciation of the Kwacha, and the commissioning of renewable energy infrastructure. The minister noted that the training comes at a critical time when misinformation, disinformation, and deliberate falsehoods are increasingly circulating on various platforms, posing a threat to national unity, democratic institutions, and public trust. He stressed that it is a collective duty of communicators to provide accurate, relevant, and timely information that empowers citizens to make informed decisions. Meanwhile, Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana highlighted the importance of the training, which includes modules on social media, AI, and strategic communication.
I wish to strongly appeal to you all to foster collaboration in your work. Let us avoid issuing conflicting or contradictory messages. Effective consultation among ourselves is essential if we are to maintain public trust and confidence. It is our collective duty to ensure that the public is provided with accurate, relevant, and timely information that empowers citizens to make informed decisions and choices at every level. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government will continue promoting training and capacity building among its professionals to equip them with contemporary tools for enhanced public relations.
These are not just professional skills, they are tools for democracy, accountability, and social cohesion. More importantly, we want this to be an interactive space. Ask questions, share experiences, challenge ideas, because PR thrives on conversations, connections, and collaboration. Let this workshop be an inspiration for you to think creatively, act strategically, and communicate with purpose.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security, in partnership with the Pensions and Insurance Authority, has launched the 2025 Pensions Awareness Week under the theme, My Pension, My Safety Net in Retirement, with a renewed call to expand pension coverage, especially for informal sector workers, and deepen financial literacy across Zambia. Speaking at the event, Pensions and Insurance Authority Board Chairperson Mr. Peter Banda emphasized that pensions are not just financial instruments but are central to national development. He stated that a secure retirement system contributes to financial stability, reduces poverty, and lessens the burden on social support systems. Meanwhile, Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba urged citizens to take responsibility for their retirement by understanding their schemes, contributing consistently, and planning early, reminding all that pensions are not just about financial survival, but dignity and peace of mind in later years.
Our working years provide steady income for daily needs and future plans, but when that income ends, the pension steps in as the bridge to a dignified and comfortable retirement. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pensions are an important safety net in Zambia context because of the following issues. One, in terms of dependence, without a pension, older people often depend on young family members, which creates a strain. A pension reduces this dependence by providing retirees with their own income, promoting independence, and easing the burden of families and society.
A pension is the safety net that catches individuals and families, preventing them from falling into poverty when regular salary ceases. It provides dignity, independence, and peace of mind in retirement. As industry regulators, we find that our mandate extends far beyond mere oversight. We are custodians of this safety net, tasked with ensuring its strength, resilience, and accessibility for all Zambians.
Central Province Permanent Secretary has cautioned District Education Board Secretaries, DEBs, in the province to avoid exploiting school-going children by supplying them with substandard food under the homegrown school meals. Dr. Miuna Mwanakampwe has directed that all supplies under the program must be certified safe for human consumption by the Directorate of Public Health under the Ministry of Health. The Permanent Secretary disclosed that the homegrown school meals is benefiting 290,000 pupils from 500 schools in the 6 districts of Central Province, namely Chitambo, Ngabwe, Luano, Mukushi, Mumbwa, and Shubuyunji. He was speaking in Kabwe today when he met all District Education Board Secretaries, planners, and procurement officers in Central Province. Nais has more in the following report.
These are District Education Board Secretaries, planners and procurement officers from all the 11 districts of Central Province. They are gathered here for the stakeholders meeting on school feeding program aimed at improving the health, nutrition and education outcomes of learners, particularly in vulnerable communities. Dr. Miuna Mwana Kampwe has a message of caution for them.
And so in Central Province, to date, we're dealing with 6 districts, namely Chitambo, Luano, Mukushi, Mumbwa, Ngabwe and Shibuyunji. Approximately 500 schools are benefiting with a total number of learners amounting to 290,000. Procurement, where rotten food is procured because you think your children are not feeding from such kind of food, will not be tolerated. Where are you, the debts, you have interest and you think you can procure so that you make supernormal profits to the disadvantage of the very learners that we are trying to cure and ameliorate, it will not be tolerated. Before we distribute any food items, the Directorate of Public Health under the Ministry of Health must certify whatever we are feeding our children is fit for human consumption.
Meanwhile, Central Province Education Officer Mambe Hamdudu has lauded government for the initiative and appeals for the rollout of the program to other schools.
We are very glad with this program of school feeding as it answers to the demands from the community. So we want to, through you, appreciate this effort and we want it to continue to all the learners in all the schools.
And the Mumbwa District Education Board Secretary Patrick Mwalula had this to say.
And want to report to you, our peers, that in the year 2025, Mumbwa received a total of 8,225,000 kwacha. This can be called a robust program. The district schools, that is primary and community schools, were all beneficiaries, and we had a total of 154 schools that benefited from the program. And in terms of learners, this covered a total of 118,925 learners.
Reporting for NICE in Kabwe District of Central Province, I am Clement Kachali.
IQRA Zambia Foundation has donated assorted school supplies and food items to Denst Hill Community School in Ngombe Compound, Lusaka. The donation, which marks the first in a series of 9 planned outreach activities, is aimed at improving access to quality education for vulnerable children and promoting inclusive development in underdeserved communities. Speaking during the handover ceremony yesterday, IQRA Zambia Communications and Project Manager Anet Zulu said the foundation is committed to advancing Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which calls for inclusive and equitable education, quality education for all. Ms. Zulu emphasized that education remains a key pillar of the foundation's work and that efforts to support grassroots learning environments are vital to ensuring no child is left behind. And
as an organization, we believe in Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education. We have made it an aim to support the children in community schools with school materials in our capacity. We are here to serve, to uplift, and to stand in the gap of those who need support the most, whether children in need of education or the elderly people. Basic needs, and we are committed to make a difference in life, and one at a time. As IQRA Foundation, our aim has always been to support community schools and children that are vulnerable. Density Hill Community School is a dedicated institution committed to provide education and a safe learning environment for the orphans and the vulnerable children. We continue to serve our community with faith and determination. However, the recent land which was bought for us by a well-wisher who wishes to remain anonymous but based in the UK, has given us a chance and a great opportunity to build our permanent structure. But unfortunately, we have continued facing numerous challenges in terms of building. And it is our prayer that you're coming as ICRA Foundation, and of course with our dog behind, you are going to help us in building the structure that is going to help the more vulnerable children.
I want to invite all the companies to begin to support schools like this one. And as the ICRA Foundation is doing this, I also want to pledge that I'll be adding something as they come to donate. If you have challenges with the chalk, I'll be taking care of that. So if you have challenges with chalk, just call me, I'll leave my number, then I'll send money for chalk. And if there's any one of them having challenges with books, call me, I'll be buying books for anyone with challenges at least.
We now go to Western Province, where more than 1,600 traders trading at Kashumba Market in Mongu District are set to relocate to a new trading place in Kasima area. However, some traders have expressed concerns about some challenges at the new trading location, including a lack of security, parking spaces, and insufficient trading spaces. Speaking to Camnet News in Mongu District, Kashumba Market chairperson Matthias Bisenga urged the community to complete the market before relocation of marketeers. Meanwhile, Mongu Municipal Council Public Relations Officer Faustina Litwai has reiterated that the local authority expects all traders to relocate by tomorrow, July 16, 2025, following a 14-day notice that was given to them. Details in the following report.
Relocation of undesignated Kashumba traders in Mongu district has been met with resistance, as today makes it the last day for traders trading at Kashumba market to relocate to Kasima area. But unverified information speculating, stating that there is an extension for these marketeers to relocate. And the Kashumba market chairperson Matthias Bisenga and Bronanjekwa had this to say.
Kono kwa Kasima kone rubila ila kakuli Kasima aiska fela kale kufitafana kwa yakuli yako na kuba market yakuli watu wayo lekseza mwateni sheu taiba ulela kulikia bao ki market anelu ile kuyo ibona watu wene bakwana fela mwa sheuta kiba 39 kono mkatali masichaba sesinzifa sifitela palo yeo michwa ilipuzo zene lubuza kikuli baba bakasiyala bakaya kai kialu pile kuli muso wa mutompei hakainde ichilema yena ya lumela kuveleka ni babotana yena ya utwisi samanyando ababotana fa ubulela kuli lulili mane pili ili kuli balulu kiseze handesi bakakolukaya kona kuli kuluna ilufali rifu ya kuli nebeze lulekisa lube ninako hande ya kuitu kaya so kuluna kitabo kakwine lunze lukupakwe balufe kwa nako kono ne baluhanela kuli seba bulezi bona bakanso babulezi
Kasima kwa mushitu ne kubazwelo pili konja after 10 years kona kabazwelo pili luzwe mwa town luye mwa mushitu luweza likamani bana baluna bakapira chwani luna halubereki.
Others who spoke are Ruth Karimbwe and Demian Mfungura of Naroro district.
Ensakuli wakasima kikwaula ulu baba mu kona hoba ipise dana fa kuli luna lebe kule katu sunzo toto direktoleka kuli konja luka yanga kasima 20 kwa transport kapa 15 kwa ya kuyanu kuta luka ifumalanga kai
mai antuluka kwa kulipeto kulofa kwa sinyiwa baya kwa Kasima kibu mai bo tuna busikali belelwa kuli auzwa fa kuna baza mai kibu mai muso kambi kwa kona haulu utwele butukulubo nelo lukela kwezeza kulofana so lutwaezi.
Meanwhile, Mungu Municipal Council Public Relations Officer Faustina Twai has maintained that the local authority expects all traders to relocate themselves tomorrow.
As council, we would like to refute the claims that have been speculated or circulating to say we have extended the operations of the Kashumba market. We still stand as the local authority. Today is the last day that the market will be in operation. What we expect to see on the ground is traders packing up, trying to relocate to Kasima bulk markets. So we just want to encourage them to please cooperate with us as they orderly transition to the new market.
Musiwa Kabira, Camnet News in Mungu District, Western Province.
You are still watching main news on Camnet TV, now broadcasting live on Topstar Channel 106, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as the CanStream app. We'll now take a break, but join us for international and sports news when we come back. Don't stay tuned.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms, Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RenGlow, your smart irrigation partner.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor. From crispy chips to creamy mash, potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palabana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations, develop Africa.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Welcome back, and now in international news. Only 35% of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, are currently on track to meet their targets by 2030, according to a new report released by the United Nations on Monday. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres described the findings as a snapshot of global progress at the halfway point of the 2030 adopted by world leaders in 2015. The agenda outlines a collective commitment to end poverty, safeguard the environment, and reduce inequality worldwide. The report acknowledges some notable achievements over the past 5 years. Here's a roundup of international stories.
Security and defence forces in Togo cast their ballots early in Lomé and other cities ahead of the 2025 municipal elections. Soldiers, paramilitary units and the operational reserve turned out in a calm and disciplined manner. The early vote lets them focus on securing the July 17th election, which authorities hope will proceed peacefully. Everything is going smoothly. They're voting calmly and waiting in line. They follow all the instructions we give them. This early vote kicks off the electoral process in a tense political climate. As the campaign heats up, candidates rally supporters with posters, door-to-door visits and public events. Go vote, and vote for what? UNIR, because we need continuity in the work already being done on the ground. But the opposition is pushing back, refusing to give up ground, despite boycott calls from some groups. If we want to improve people's lives, the opposition must participate and prove what it can deliver. Tensions are still simmering beneath the surface. Following deadly protests in late June, civil society groups have declared July 14th and 15th as days of mourning. Online activists with the M66 movement are calling for fresh demonstrations on July 16th and 17th, the day of the vote. Says everything will be done to ensure peaceful elections.
Noël Tadignon à Lomé pour Africa News.
3 days of clashes and 10 people in police custody. Violence has shaken a small town in southeastern Spain as local residents, migrants and far-right groups confronted each other for 3 consecutive nights. The clashes erupted after an elderly resident of Torre Pacheco was beaten up by unknown assailants earlier last week. The motivation for this attack has not been established so far. Far-right groups from different parts of Spain assembled to seek retribution from migrant communities, calling for a hunt of members of the local North African population. The town in the Murcia region saw its first night without clashes on Monday. Presence heavily increased over the weekend to avoid more violent encounters. The clashes have been termed as the worst xenophobic event in Spain in recent decades.
Only 35% of sustainable development goals are on track to meet their targets by 2030, the United Nations said in a new report on Monday. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the report is a snapshot of where the world stands today, halfway through the 10-year journey toward the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. World leaders adopted the agenda in 2015 as a roadmap to end poverty, protect the planet and tackle inequalities. In 5 years, access to education has increased around the world, including for girls. Significant progress has been made to tackle diseases like HIV and malaria, and 92% of the global population now has access to electricity. But there is still a long way to go. The UN chief said the world is in a global development crisis. Half of SDG targets are moving too slowly and 18% are going in reverse. Over 800 million people are still living in extreme poverty and billions lack access to safe water, sanitation and hygiene. Climate change is also accelerating. Antonio Guterres said SDG targets are still within reach if the world acts now.
And finally, in sports news this evening, Zambia's Copper Queens are riding high on confidence as they prepare to face Nigeria in the quarterfinals of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Winger Rachel NACHULA expressed the team's enthusiasm, highlighting their impressive performance in the group stage where they finished second without losing a single match, earning 7 points. NACHULA said that the team is aware that Nigeria is one of the best teams in Africa, while adding that Zambia is also the best. She said the Copper Queens can conquer any team and are not intimidated by Nigeria. NACHULA emphasized the importance of staying focused and working hard to secure a win. The team's mentality is solid and their preparation has focused on executing Coach Nora Hopley's game plan. The Copper Queens secured a 1-0 win over Nigeria in the 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, but it was in the bronze medal playoff, not the main match. This historic victory remains a significant confidence booster for the team as they face Nigeria again in the quarterfinals of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Despite Nigeria's pedigree as record WAFCON champions, NACHULA believes the Copper Queens have earned their place among Africa's elite teams. The winner of the Zambia-Nigeria quarterfinal will meet either South Africa or Senegal in the semi-finals.
Copper Queens, we are ready to face any team, and as for Nigeria, we know that they are one of the best teams in Africa, and I think Copper Queens we are also one of the best teams in Africa. I think we can conquer each and every team, and we are not scared of any team. Like, we cannot be scared of Nigeria. All we need is just to work extra hard and be focused, and also maintain the instructions that we've been given by our coach, and we are going to play the game according to our coach's plan. Nothing is going to disturb us. Nothing is going to disturb us mentally or physically. We are ready for Nigeria, and I'm sure it will be a good game. In the 2022 edition, we faced Nigeria in the 3rd and 4th game, and of which we came out 3rd. We beat Nigeria, and that also gives us motivation, and we were privileged to beat that team, and we were definitely excited and happy that we managed to beat them. And also that gives us motivation to say, no matter how big the team is, we can beat them, because we are Copper Queens and we know what we are capable of doing. We are strong enough and we can conquer each and every team, whether in Africa or worldwide.
And that particular sporting item brings us to the end of this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But before we go, we'll take a quick look at stories that made headlines. HH dissolves ZAMMSA board as audit exposes medical supply chain scandal. 6 people injured in Great East Road bus accident. MWEETWA calls for strengthened PR efforts to combat misinformation. UN reports only 35% of sustainable development goals on track ahead of 2030 deadline. Copper Queens ready to take on Nigeria, says NACHULA. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. It reads, "And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins." That ends the reading, and that ends the reading of Main News on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, do remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now broadcasting live on Topstar channel 106, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as the CanStream app. Now, on behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.